Hey guys, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well. Today I wanted to talk about something which I've been working on for quite some time now, and I just wanted to share my journey, my ups and downs, my learning experience, how how it has been, and if you guys could learn from my experiences, benefit from it, that would be great. So I thought to share my entire journey. I'm talking about self-publishing on Amazon Kindle. I recently got to know about this concept of self-publishing on Amazon, and I thought it's quite a great concept because traditionally, traditional self-publishers had to go through a lot in order to get their book published, in order to get their book in the market. They had to wait for years and years to get their book in the market, and to write them obviously, and everything related to it. But self-publishing is a concept where you yourself are a publisher. You yourself are making sure that your book gets into the market, and Amazon and all these other marketplaces help you do that. So that is something great. So I thought, why not explore this concept a little bit more, and I did. And the more I did, I loved the concept. So I thought to start from scratch and start writing my own book. So it's been quite a fun ride. There have been some ups and downs, but I was able to get through them. And through this video, I just wanted to uh, let you guys know how I feel is the way to approach self-publishing, especially on Kindle. There are some quite a few techniques here and there, and but in this video I'm going to talk about the major steps which are needed to um, publish a book on Amazon Kindle. So firstly, as always, in any kind of business you do, in any kind of project you start off with its research. So it's imperative that you do your research, because without research it is quite difficult. Um, in fact, very difficult to make sure that you will be successful. So it is very important that you do your research. You do your research for Amazon and for Kindle, what it is, the concept of self-publishing, how it got evolved, where did it start, and where is it now, all this sort of thing. So just to get yourself into perspective as to what I'm talking about. So yeah, so research is the first thing. Do your research. Just make sure that you are up to date with all the trends of Kindle, because that is also very important. I know there are a lot of videos out there which are sharing steps on how to self-publish. Um, those are a little old videos, and Amazon Kindle always update themselves based on their best policies. So yeah, it's always important, and it's always good to So there's this link called kdp.amazon.com, where if you make your account and you make your ID, you'll be able to get all the details, all the guidelines you need to in order to self-publish. And they also provide you best all the tips related to self-publishing. And yeah, so do your research. That's the first step. The second step, which is I feel the most important step, and it is also related to the first step as well, but I feel this is the step. If you're able to successfully do it, you've done 40 or 50% of your work, and you've made sure in ensure your chances of succeeding, and that is researching for your niche, the niche, the niche where you want to write the book, uh, because that is extremely important. Uh, you may feel that you may have some expertise in a particular category. Say, for example, you like to know about fashion, and you have worked in the related field of fashion, but it is also important to study Amazon, study Kindle, the marketplace over there, and study their competitors, because there are lots and lots of times when you decide to publish a book based on a particular topic and a particular category, but the thing is, there are already a lot of competitors over there. So you need to, what I like to call, hit the sweet spot. Now, what is a sweet spot? So basically, when you go to Amazon.com, and in the search bar on the left side, there's a drop down button. You click on it and you select books. When you select books, you hit the search button, and Amazon will show all the books in its entire marketplace. And so then there's another list of categories on the left side, which is dividing all the books in fiction, non-fiction, romance, psychology, business, and lots of categories, and even more categories than that. So basically, if you think now, there are two ways to go about it. Number one, you're not sure about the particular niche you want to write. You're just new to this entire concept, and you are extremely unsure as to which category is best for you and which category you should write on. And number two, you are kind of sure as to the category you want to write on, but you're not sure how many competitors are there, and how's the marketplace for that particular niche. So in that case, in both the cases, what you need to do is you need to firstly go to Amazon, do that entire process, select books, filter it with books, and hit the search button. And then on the left side is a particular list of categories. Now, if you know your category, and if you want to write on a particular category, just look for them, and once you click on those categories, they'll be further divided into subcategories. So the narrower your category, the better, because writing on Kindle is not a new concept. It's been there for about say 10-11 years. So there have been lots and lots of books, not only books which are first published on Kindle, but also books which were published elsewhere, but they have a version, an ebook version on Kindle. So the entire marketplace is extremely competitive. There are those New York Times best-selling books out there with which you cannot compete, because they have built their credibility so well, and the authors for those books are extremely well renowned. So it's almost impossible for you to compete with them. So what you need to do is find that sweet spot, and so you keep getting into those subcategories, and once you feel that this is your subcategory, this is where you want to write your book, just select a few books on those categories. So for example, the number one selling book, just click that book, and when you scroll down, you see an ABSR number. Now ABSR, Amazon bestseller rank number, tells you the rank of the book in the entire marketplace. So how the book is performing in the entire marketplace of Amazon. And below that is another number which is divided in subcategories. So what you want to do is you want the ABSR to be higher, and you want the rank for the book in that particular category in which it's listed to be lower. Now what does it tell you? For example, you are writing on a fitness niche, so you click on a particular book, you see its ABSR of say 500,000. But for the particular category in which it is listed, say for example teenage fitness, it has a rank of number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or somewhere in the top 10 or top 20 or top 100 even. So it tells you that there are not a lot of books in that marketplace, in that particular niche, because there is demand for those books, because that is why there is a separate category created by Amazon for those kind of books. But the thing is that there are not a lot of good books out there in the category. That is the sweet spot. So what you want to do is make sure that you keep searching, keep checking the entire Amazon marketplace and try to look for that sweet spot. It's not that easy to find. It will take you a while to get hold of that category, but if you're able to do that, I think you have done almost say 50% of your work, and you've ensured your chances of succeeding. And there are quite a lot of tools out there which can help you assess a particular category's profitability, or whether you should enter that category or not. But I'm assuming that you're new to the entire concept. So in this case, you should first start off with writing your first book, getting your first book out there with everything by yourself. You should do everything by yourself, because that is how you will get to know all the mechanics. Because even if you buy a tool, there are lots and lots of features to it which it's talking about, which you won't even understand because you haven't gone through the entire process of publishing on Amazon Kindle. So it is imperative for you to make sure that you are you're well equipped with the knowledge of self-publishing. So I wouldn't recommend getting those tools when you're trying to get your book for the first time in the market. Obviously, those tools have some of the advantages, but for a first timer, I'd recommend starting off by everything with their own. So, for example, you have found that sweet spot, and that is not easy to do. I'd recommend you spending around a week's time to try to find that sweet spot. Another way to check if that particular category is in demand is to look for the reviews for the existing books, the number of reviews for the existing books. How many reviews are there for each of the books? Say for example, if a book has around 15 views, that means that know, there is a sufficient amount of customers, but there aren't a lot of customers. But in that particular category, is if there is another book which has around 500 reviews, so that means that there are a lot of customers who are interested in that particular niche. And you can always use those free tools. There's a tool called Google Keyword Plan. So what it does is it allows you to type in any keyword you have in mind, any keyword related to your topic, related to your category, even multiple keywords, and it allows you to check its velocity in demand for the past, for a particular period in the past. So it is a very useful tool to check, because the behaviors of the people remain same, either they're on Google or either they're on Amazon. The behavior remains the same. So that is one tool which can help you to basically assess how much in demand is a particular category. Another tool you can use is you can use Google Trends. Google Trends is also similar to Google Keywords, but the only difference is it also lets you know the trends of a particular keyword, how well it has been doing recently as compared to its past performance. So that, and Google Keyword is also another Google Trends is also another very good tool. And there are lots and lots of other tools out there in the market. You can search for them if you have the budget to get them. Just get them. Maybe they can be helpful to. But again, I suggest for the first time you should do all this work by yourself. Do all the manual work by yourself. Do it all manually, because what it does is at the time it may not seem that very effective, and at the time it may seem just like you're just wasting a bunch of time. But what in reality what it is doing, it is basically conditioning your mind to understand how the concept works, and allowing you to basically be in the right frame of mind. So again, I'd suggest you to basically and there's another way you can do. Just type in anything related to your topic in Amazon search bar or Google search bar. So for example, again I'm going to take the example of fitness. If your subcategory is related to fitness, so what you can do is you can basically type in fitness in your Amazon search bar, and what it does is it will show the past searches of people who have searched anything related to fitness. So that can also give you some ideas as to a particular niche. If you are not sure of the niche you want to write on, if you're not sure, that's completely fine, because not a lot of people are in that frame of mind of getting to find a good topic, and they just don't have the interest to write or be in the writer's frame of mind. So that is completely fine, and that is the beauty of self-publishing, because it allows everyone to experiment with certain things. So what you can do is you can basically, if you are not sure of a particular niche you want to write on, what you can do is you can um, go to your local library, just just get ideas from there. That is a brilliant way to get ideas. Go hit your local library, check what kind of books are there out there, which kind of books are on eye level, because those are the ones which are in demand. Uh, which books are on the counter of the library of the library, anyway. So hitting the library, hitting your bookstore is another way of just getting yourself some ideas as to which category you should write on. Another way is to search for it on Google. Just develop your interest. Just get to know where your interest lies, because that is also very important. Um, if you're planning to write on something, or if you are planning to get something and get a book to be written on your behalf by someone, it's important that you 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 have interest in that particular niche. So what you can do is you can basically search for anything on Google. Just read blogs. If there's a particular hunch for you, if you feel that this kind of topic may work out for you, and this kind of topic you may have some interest in it, just search for some blogs on it on Google. So there are lots and lots of blogs out there on every topic, and just reading them and understanding them, and will not only allow you to develop your interest and allow you to select a particular category, but it will also allow you to establish your table of contents, which is very important when you're writing your book. Because when you're looking at a particular blog, and if you feel that the topic of the blog is something of interest to you and it should be addressed, you can include that in your book. So yeah, Google for all those blog topics. So yeah, that is extremely important. Finalizing your category, finalizing your niche. And I'll let you know why I'm saying this, because I've emphasized on it a lot, but I'll let you know why I say this. Because if you do not give importance to this particular niche selecting process, so for example, say you selected a niche which is already very competitive. There are those bestseller books out there which are already in that particular category, and there are those best-selling authors out there who establish their credibility, and so it's extremely difficult for you to compete against them. Plus, you need to develop your own kind of credibility for that particular niche, and it's always good to when you talk about and this is something on the later stages, but I'm just letting you know about it now. Once you're done publishing your book, you need to also look for publishing and getting your book out there in the market is just one half of the battle. The other half is kind of promoting it. So one effective way is building your author page, because author page allows the reader to basically let themselves know of the credibility of the author, whether the author is well equipped with the knowledge or not. So yeah, that is also very important, that you select a category uh, where you have certain amount of knowledge about it, just to um, let the readers know that you know what you're talking about. And yeah, so once you finalize your niche, then what you need to do is you need to decide whether you want to write the book yourself, or you want to hire a ghostwriter and write it for you. Um, and so I'll explain the differences between these two. So if you're deciding to write a book yourself, there are two things to keep in mind. Number one, if you are well equipped with the knowledge related to that topic of the book, and if you have enough time to do your research and start writing the book. And number two is related to writing, because lots of times when people do have great knowledge, absolute expertise in a particular category, but they don't have the right writing skills in order to communicate that knowledge and transfer that knowledge in the book, because readers want, for the particular category, want the book to be written in a certain way, and you can assess that by just going through the description of your competitors, and you'll get to know what kind of writing style do the readers like to read. Because if you write a book which is in which the reader is expecting you to be a little frank and give some practical examples, and you're just very theoretical, and you're just very by the book, and you don't really give practical examples, you're not that frank, that kind of writing style is not something which the reader resonates with. So even if you have the knowledge, you will not you will struggle with the sales. So it is important that even if you have the knowledge, you should have the right writing skills, and you can maybe develop those skills initially. Just start, if you're writing for the first time, just start with a few blog short articles, and just give yourself a time frame, and develop some content related to some particular topics in that category. So yeah, that's about it. And the second thing is, you can get a ghostwriter to write the book for you. Now what this means is, you go to all those freelancing websites, like Upwork and Fiverr, and there are lots and lots of other freelancing websites out there, and you can hire a ghostwriter. And there are also lots and lots of ghostwriting companies who only do this, who only provides these services of getting your book written. So here, when you're in the process of when you've decided to get your book ghost written, and you're in the process of hiring a ghostwriter, there are a few things you should keep in mind. Number one is to assess how is the experience of the ghostwriter. How much has he written for that particular category? Because, as I told you before, and you want the book to be written in a certain style with which the readers resonate. So it is also very important for the ghostwriter to be well equipped with that kind of writing style. So you need to ask those ghostwriters if they are willing to, if they have any expertise in writing for that particular category, and if yes, just ask for some samples, just go through them, and you'll get an idea uh, as to how well do they write, um, you know what kind of you know what's the structure of their writing, and what kind of writing style do they adopt in order to convey their message. Uh, and yeah, so it's very important for the ghostwriter to be also well equipped with the kind of knowledge needed to publish a book successfully. um, and you can also look for their look for reviews of the previous work, you know especially on those freelancing websites. It gives you kind of an idea as to the kind of work which they do, whether they're cooperative or not, or whether they have delivered work according to the expectation of the customer or not. And so going through those reviews will help you assess the ghostwriter's expertise. Uh, so yeah, in deciding to give hire a ghostwriter can be a little tricky, but if you can assess if you can assess that ghostwriter is worth it, then you should go for it. There are lots and lots of great ghostwriters out there, who are great in writing fiction stories, who are great in writing non-fiction stories, who are great in writing books on psychology, on sports, on history, and so yeah. Uh, and you can always use a kind of a questionnaire. You can develop a questionnaire and you can send it out to the ghostwriter and ask them to fill it for you. In that questionnaire, you can ask them lots and lots of questions related to whether they have enough expertise, whether they've written for about a similar topic previously or not, and what kind of writing style do they use. Is their writing style witty, or is their writing style very to the point, and very data oriented, and do they take some references of some studies conducted. They're writing for non-fiction books, or also do they if they're written for some fiction stories, no, just ask for their previous work, and just to make sure you acclimatize with the ghostwriter, and develop that kind of relationship with them. So yeah, um, and so once you decide to write the book yourself, or you decide to hire a ghostwriter, the next thing you need to do is you need to develop a table of content. The table of content allows you to basically have a particular frame of work in mind, around which you will focus your book on. Because without a table of content which is according to your requirements, and which has topics which you want to talk about. um, uh, eh, you won't be able to have that feeling that uh, you've written about all the topics related to that particular category. So it is important that you ask the ghostwriter to do their research when they have been given the job, and you yourself also um, do your research and look for all the topics, and just browse through the internet and look for certain blogs, maybe read a few books related to that particular category, maybe get your competitor's book and that is a very good way to basically um, just let yourself know what kind of topics have they talked about, and maybe if they have missed out on a certain topic which you can talk about. And so yeah, the table of contents really helps you do that. And another thing which you should do is you should ask the ghostwriter to spend a good amount of time in doing research, because lots of times what ghostwriters do is they take a task, and they have already a lot of books lined up, and so they basically allot around 2 days or 3 days or a particular set of days to researching. What you want to do is you should let them know that they need to invest all of their time in research, major part of their time in research, because that will allow them to really get to know about the topic if they haven't written for the first time, and if for some reason you decided to go with them because of maybe their writing style which you liked. So it's very important for the ghostwriter to be well equipped with all the topics in that particular category. Um, so yeah, um, table of contents, again I'm going to repeat, table of contents really helps you basically stick to your guns, because there are lots and lots of times when you start when you start writing your book, or are in the process of writing your book, your mind sways to a bunch of directions, and you don't want to do that. So what table of contents does is it basically gives you a free hand initially to look for all the relevant topics out there on which you can write, and then bind your book to those particular topics. So even so that you have a clear direction as to uh, what your book is talking about, there needs to be a very good flow of the table of contents. And obviously the ghostwriter's job is to ensure that flow. And yeah, so in the meantime, now this is the next step, and in the meantime, when your book is being written by the ghostwriter, or if you are deciding to write the book yourself on the weekends, or in your spare time. In the meantime, what you need to do is you need to also start developing your uh, marketing plan for the book. And so what is a marketing plan? So marketing plan is basically a plan of how you would promote your book. There are a few mediums out there which every author, which every author uses, self-publishing author uses to promote their books. So first you need to, in the marketing plan, what you need to do is you need to allocate a certain budget, whether it's small or whether it's large. really not a big concern, because you can still, the best thing about self-publishing is you can, still work with smaller budgets. If they're spent effectively, you can still generate a good amount of sales. So what you need to do is, you need to set aside a particular budget for marketing your book. And so there are two ways to promote your books. One is, paid promotions, and the other is free promotions. Now the free promotions include you basically using social media like Facebook, Twitter, and even LinkedIn, and even all those other social media platforms to basically start developing sufficient noise level for your book. So basically, you want to start with that early. Even when you're in the process of writing the book, even when you're in the process of getting your book written, um, you can use that particular strategy. You can, maybe one day tweet out that you decided to write your book, and the other day you decided, um, and the next day you tweet out that you were searching for a particular topic about searching for a particular topic, and you came across this, something weird on the internet, or something cool on the internet related to that topic, and you can tweet that out, just to start uh, developing that kind of an atmosphere, that kind of a foundation for your book, from where you can start promoting it. And in the meantime, you can also start increasing your followers on Twitter, by basically following other related groups. On Facebook, even you can start joining groups related to your niche, and you can start building your credibility from there on. And so all these are very free ways to um, promote your book. Another way is to promote your book is by paying for it. Now, how do you do that? Um, there are lots and lots of sites out there which will promote your book on their websites or on their blogs. They will feature your book on their homepage, and maybe use their social media following to tweet out your book. Mm. So what you need to do is you need to finalize a list of all those sites. Obviously, sites within your budget, um, and within your range of requirements. Um, so yeah, what you need to do is you need to, while your book is written, and the reason why I'm saying this is because once your book is written, you will have this feeling inside to get it to market as soon as possible, and that is completely understandable, because you've invested so much time and so much energy and so much effort in getting the book written, uh, that you want it to finally get into the market. And so yeah, as soon as it hits the market, you want the book to be promoted, because uh, if you if you feel that you know everything which I have talked about before, if it sums up to be around 50% of your work, or 60% of your work, then 40% of your work is promoting and marketing your book, because that is where lots of authors, especially indie authors who are starting out for the first time, they lag behind. Obviously, there are some uh, why do you need to promote your book? Um, well, you need to basically have a certain amount of traffic for to land on your product page, and the only way it can be done is by marketing your book, and also um, selecting the right keywords, and as I said before, selecting the right category uh, for your book. So I'll also talk about selecting the keywords just in a bit. So yeah, coming back to promoting your book by paying. So the best way to promote your book, in my opinion, is through Amazon ads themselves, because um, um, the reader is already in the marketplace. You don't need to drive the reader to the marketplace. So the reason why I say you should run Amazon ads is because, yeah, if a particular reader is looking for is in Amazon and he's searching through, that means he is in a need of a book. You don't need to really create a need. The need is already there. You just need to tap it. And so um, what Amazon ads can do is that they basically show ads of your books to that particular traffic who are already looking for the book in your topic or in your category. And so you should allocate a good amount of budget on Amazon ads. Amazon ads has its own set of and say user interface, and it's quite easy for you to be acclimatized with. um, so Amazon ads will ask for certain keywords which you need to enter, and certain demographics of the customers which you are targeting, and all those kind of stuff. It's very self-explanatory, and you don't really need to worry about running ads, because it's quite simple. um, and so what you need to do is set a good amount of budget to run on Amazon. Um, you can also do some promotions with the websites, as I said before, and there are websites related to books which will feature your book on their homepage, and they will also blast out a tweet, or do crazy amount of social media promotions for you. um, um, yeah, so basically you can hire those websites and to do promotion for you. um, you can also basically, another important thing is to get reviews. Now, to get reviews, what you can do is you can look for customers who've reviewed books uh, in your category, reviewed competitors' book in your categories, and click on their profile, and not most of the time, but there are some customers who leave their email addresses in their profiles, and you can always copy and send out an email to them saying that you have a book coming out related to that category, related to something which they read a book on previously, and you would love for them to read your book and share their reviews. Reviews are extremely important because they give you the social proof needed to sell, because whenever there's a new customer out there, and if it's especially if it's your first book, um, you need to develop your first focus once the book is published and once the book is in the market. Your first focus should be on developing that kind of social proof, because once you have that, you're basically only increasing your chances of recurring sales or sales in uh, distant future, um, uh, because you know uh, new readers will have something to um, look for, to basically get feedback. And again, this is a very new kind of a concept which is very prevalent nowadays. Whatever you buy, whatever you do, you first check for reviews, um, just so you make sure just to make sure that you're investing, you're getting the right product for yourself. And so reviews, there are of talk about contacting customers who have already reviewed work of your competitors. You can also basically join all those Facebook groups and start sending out tweets, or start posting out related to uh, your topic. And once your book is finalized, now I'm jumping to the second step. I'll come to this step again. But once you've finalized your book, what you need to do is you need to go through it 2 or 3 or 4 times at least, and just to make sure that it is in the order uh, which you required, and it is according to all the needs which you had. It's covering all the topics. It's structured well, and there are no grammatical mistakes. You can even hire editors who will do that for you. I do recommend hiring editors, because it allows you to have a fresh perspective, because you and your ghostwriter, or maybe you yourself, have spent a good amount of time on developing a kind of a framework. But maybe hiring an editor will allow you to get a new perspective, and maybe they can point out that maybe you can add this topic, or maybe you need to tweak a particular topic a little bit, just to make sure that the conversation remains crisp, the communication remains crisp. And so yeah, uh, you hire an editor, you again proofread the entire book, you format. And also, once you're hiring the ghostwriter, you should another one of your requirements should be to ask them to format your book according to Kindle's format, because Kindle has their own format. um, and their paperback version has to be formatted in a certain way. The Kindle version has to be formatted in a certain way. You can ask them to create a clickable TOC in the Kindle version, and maybe do a little hyperlink your product page, and just so once they finish reading the book, they can immediately uh, um, do the review for your book. And yeah, so um, once you've done all that, you should be able to ready to load your book on Kindle. And once you're uploading, everything is quite self-explanatory. But what I want to talk about is selecting the right keywords. Now, selecting the right keywords will allow your book to land on the relevant categories, or to be shown to the relevant people who are searching for that particular category. So what you need to do is, there's the options of selecting 7 keywords for your book. And so you select those 7 keywords. You can maybe take help from again Google keywords planner. You can type in something related to your topic on Amazon, and you can look for all the searches, the previous searches of people who are looking for that particular topic. You can do the same on to Google, and according to all that, you basically finalize your 7 keywords. You also finalize listing your keywords in 2 categories. Amazon allows you to select 2 categories of your choice in which your book will be listed, and so you need to make sure that those books and those categories are hitting the sweet spot. There is demand for those books in that particular category, but there aren't a lot of books out there. Yeah, so once you've done that, what you can do is you can enroll in Amazon KDP Select. And what it does is it will bound you to promote your book or sell your book through only Amazon Kindle, but it has its own advantages as well. For example, it will do a free promotion or a free trial, kind of a giving away free version of your book for the first week or so, and that will really allow you to basically uh, get a good amount of reviews for your book and get a good amount of downloads for your book. uh, you can also, in the meantime, once it's on KDB Select and it's doing a free promotion, you can basically reach out to all those websites which won't charge anything, but all they would want is a free book. So you can send your free book to them as well, and you know you can ask to get leverage their own audience to get reviews and all the downloads you need in the initial few phases. So just to create that buzz, just to create that environment for Amazon itself, because Amazon will also be tracking your performance, and accordingly it will list you on page 1, page 2, page 3, or page 4, or whichever page. And so you want to land your book on the first page, right at the top, and the ways you can do that is through getting good amount of downloads, getting good amounts of reviews, selecting the right keywords, and selecting doing all those kind of stuff. And so once you've also completed that phase, what you can do is now you can basically do Amazon ads, because you've already created a buzz for you. Now you want your Amazon ads to work for you in a particular time period, and keep showing ads to all those people who are interested in a category relevant to yours. Um, so mm, I guess this is the most important thing, getting your book to rank on the first few pages of the search results and being there, right there on the top. All those things require the good amount of promotion, good amount of marketing, and so now I want to briefly talk about a few things which aren't really related to writing or marketing. Nothing got to do with them. I just want to talk about the approach which you need to adopt, and because there are lots and lots of times publishers or young yeah, so I want to say that everyone should persevere with whatever project they have in mind, and you stick to their guns. There may be some ups and downs here and there, but you need to have that mentality of uh, mm, ending your task or completing your project, just so that you have the entire experience, complete experience. Because if you leave anything incomplete, no, you don't have all the experience needed. So for the first timers, this message is especially for them, because you know um, they may not be able to get good amount of sales from the first book, but with time, and if they persevere, they will be able to eventually get good sales. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone who's watching this video really gets motivated to self-publish their own book. And if they are interested in writing, start writing, because it really helps you to be a better person. It really opens up your thinking, because you're researching, you're looking in so many new topics which you never knew before. And so it's very helpful. And even if you don't get a good amount of sales, and even if you manage to get only one reader, you are still able to help them in a new way. So that's about it. Hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.